Hey everybody, Red X Rain here. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play every Star Wars game ever. And here we are wrapping up, I hope, it should be if I'm remembering everything correctly, 1987's Star Wars for the Famicom. So I think the moment has passed here. It didn't reload or anything. When you first land on this planet, it says planet of Yavin, but clearly we're supposed to be on Yavin, or Yavin, depending on how you like to pronounce it. Just another one of those translation errors, but that's very, very forgivable. This, it's I find it unusual that for being the last, the last real level, this level's actually not that difficult in terms of its enemies are really not that bad. These little jumping guys can kind of be a pain, but not really too bad. Yeah, this level isn't all that difficult for being the last level, except for some really nasty platforming at the very, very end, and I'm really actually worried again. This has been my mantra the whole time, is that I'm never collecting enough Force Gems when I have the opportunity to do so. I'm just gonna let that guy go. Not exactly sure what I'm slaughtering here. These giant bats. Then again, I feel there's very few enemies that are actually from. Well, that also seems. Boy, the Empire is putting fire in the worst places. First, they had it in their Hoth planet, but not really Hoth. Oh, that poor little guy. Sorry, buddy. Kind of glitching out over there. I hate those little flying things. They're totally not worth my time. I'd rather those be off screen. Go. But I probably should have killed that little flying thing because I should really be collecting more Force Gems. How many do I got? Well, let's try and get this guy. I like this little guy. He kind of looks like a cross between like an armadillo and a kangaroo, right? Kind of hops like a kangaroo, but has the shell of a armadillo. Which sounds like a real animal that would probably exist in Australia. Maybe we're not on Yavin or Yavin. Maybe we're in Australia. 67. I think I could probably get by. So you can see up there very conspicuously there are some blocks, which looks like you can break them. Well, yeah, because you can. And that's what I'm going to do. Now, if I was to keep going to the right, this whole level would actually just loop over again. And I'm actually kind of considering if I should just... Because it's really not that difficult of a portion. The enemies aren't that bad, but I think I'm just gonna... I'm really ready to be done with this game, to be quite honest. Here we have some more blocks that would, disappear as I step on them. So I'm just gonna go ahead, I'm gonna use Levitate, but I may as well do it mid-air so I can get the most time out of it. And I should be able to make it, all the way to the top with one go. So definitely grab the blaster. No? Oh, I thought I could make it in one go. Well, see, now I should have collected those Force Gems. Shoot. Well, hey, there's Han Solo finally showing up at the end of the game. I'm gonna go ahead and save here. Although I might regret that, because now I'm... I'm forced to be, no pun intended, forced with just 7 Force points there. Good job, son. I'm proud. I like that animation of Han Solo. Alright, well, we got our blaster at least, and yeah, we got some real nasty platforming coming up here. Maybe I can kind of luck out if I get enough Force Gems from those guys. That wasn't really a lot. There's a flying stormtrooper. Just the small stuff, huh? Alright, well, this is really gonna put my platforming skills to the test. I think I can shoot that. Good. Alright, so I gotta do... Let's see. If I levitate, I would just levitate over this and it wouldn't be that bad, but I'm gonna go ahead and use, the Swift... Oh, I also like how they still have Han Solo's signature smirk there. Of all the Star Wars canon to get right in this game, I'm glad that they went with that. So, there we go. And if I can maybe get over to the top of that... Okay. Not a huge deal. This jump actually isn't as difficult as it looks. It's really just a matter of timing. They give you a lot of wiggle room here. Nope. Okay. And here, nope. Okay. And this is even easier. As long as you're jumping when this platform's at its highest point, you almost always make it. Now here's the leap of faith that I really should have held on to some force gems, but whoop. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that was close. Whew. Brutal. Very brutal stuff. Because of course that like gray sand is, I don't know, deadly gray sand. Is that it? I think there's like a bunch of stormtroopers here. I would hate to die at this point. Force gems are really not that big a deal anymore, because I can do some grinding in here if I want. So I'm just trying to take it slow. Maybe there's one more flying stormtrooper? And that's probably it. Yeah, let's go ahead and definitely save here, because I know I would never make those series of jumps again. Alright. Empty hallway? No, just little guys. Alright. There was a thought that I think I hadn't really completed, like, I think this is going to be 3 videos, like 2 videos ago, talking about just how many liberties this game takes with its storyline and use of characters and everything. And I was saying how, you know, this game never came out in America. It's a Japan exclusive game by Namco. Yes, that Namco, you know, people that made Pac-Man and Dig Dug. I love Dig Dug. Oh, by the way, I love this. I love how how the Empire just has like these cartoonish 16-ton weights. Their budget got cut really at the end here. Started taking advice from old cartoons, Acme products. I think. Ooh, that's interesting. I apparently did a little glitch where that fireball disappeared. Not sure how I did that, but I'll take it. But yeah, with this game being a Japan exclusive, I wondered if it was a matter of the game was too hard. Also, here's another one of those weird things. You just gotta know to use Chewie. Using his Wookiee ghost powers, he can just apparently break down doors while not being on screen. But yeah, I was really wondering if this game wasn't released in America because it was too hard. It was considered too hard for American audiences. There's several games that were like that from this era. But also, maybe it's just a matter of... I thought that cannon was going to shoot me. If it was a matter of George Lucas just not being satisfied with the finished product, because we know how high George Lucas's standards are when it comes to his intellectual property. Ooh, I definitely got to get that one up. Do I have enough force gems to get up there? Oh, thank God. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe that's the case. I've dug around pretty thoroughly, not too thoroughly, admittedly, because you know I want to kind of move on here. But not really sure again 100% why this wasn't released in America. All right, so here we have our final. Wait, is this the final fight? Out final battle. Yes, it is out final battle. And this is the real Vader, so we gotta hit him once, and then here's some bullshit. Now, not only can he hit us with his lightsaber, which is not actually all that big a threat, but now he also shoots lasers out of his lightsaber. So this really comes down to luck here. And I'm actually expecting to die once. That's okay, but it remembers I hit him twice, so I think I can probably get 2 hits in here. Oh. Oh, maybe it's an extra hit on that last one. Or I missed one time, but... yeah, that's definitely a matter of luck right there, getting in between those laser blasts. So I think I'm all set here. Again, I think in Pro Mission there's a lot more enemies along the way. Were you just waiting for me, like, just the whole time? Just over here? Alright, and so here we go onto the into the final stage, which is a real doozy. Oh, but of course, before we get there, we have to do one more of these. And again, my tried and true tragedy. I hope it's not a tragedy. My tried and true strategy of just kind of drift in one area or in one direction and just let them kind of move into the crosshairs. Because I think by now, man, I think we have to take out at least like 12 TIE fighters, so we really only want to use those shields when absolutely necessary. Well, I guess this is a little different. You can see the HUD is a little different because now we're in an X-Wing fighter, not the Millennium Falcon, but same controls and everything. Man, lots of TIEs. Is that it? Nice, okay. Alright, so as we embark on the final stage, it's very different from the rest of the game. It's this above head, down the trench. Every Star Wars game has to have the trench run, right? It's... I don't know. Oops, okay. Well, that's how you die. Well, you know what? I did that on purpose, because I wanted to show you. When you die on this stage, you get the special game over screen of the Death Star in action. So let's go ahead and reload, actually. But yeah, this is a sort of tried and true type of stage in other games. You don't run into the walls. The TIE fighters actually aren't that big of a threat. I hardly ever get killed by them. It's usually my own stupidity running into walls and stuff. You'll also notice there's a timer up top. If that timer runs out, you also lose. But there's these little T's along the way, and there's an extra life. Definitely want that. And there's checkpoints. So every checkpoint you gain 10 seconds. The T's pause time for... It feels like 2 seconds, but it's probably 5 or 10 seconds. And thankfully, the laser fire that you see coming at me, the green laser fire, is purely decorative. There's nothing, you can't be killed by it. So it's just running into ties, or running into walls, or running out of time. Ooh, shoot. Wow. Okay, this part sucks. There we go. I think there's one more life here. Usually my strategy is the first, up to about checkpoint number 3 or 4 is not too bad. So I usually like to go as fast as possible there. And here's checkpoint number 4. This is where things start to get a little bit more difficult, so so I'll definitely slow down. Gotta get over to the left, otherwise, whoops. Yep, that's a dead end there. Thankfully, there's only 2 dead ends, and they're right one after another, and it's just on the right side and then on the left side is where you need to be. Thankfully, they don't do that anymore. Yeah, so now I'm definitely slowing down. You speed up and you slow down by pressing up or down. Now I think it's actually a lot of straightaways. There's an extra life here coming up, I think, on the... Ooh! Yeah, on the right side. There we go. Alright, I'm feeling pretty good about this. Checkpoint 2. And then I know checkpoint 1 is nothing but a straightaway, so... With 1 life here, I'm feeling pretty good about my chances. Those large... Ooh! See, I'm glad I grabbed that extra life. And then we got like a really narrow passage coming up, I think. And then that's about it. Maybe not. Oh, okay. Now we just gotta make sure don't do anything stupid here. And here's that narrow passage. And then it opens up. I think that's it for the dodging of walls. I don't know, I just naturally, instinctively kind of drift to the right. Just feels like the safest place. Nice. Alright, now we're on autopilot. Literally. We don't get to fire the photon torpedo. That's a lazy animation, but alright. Sweet. Died 13 times. Not too bad. I actually died way more than that, but I used save states. And it took me about an hour. Sounds about right. Yeah, man, I cannot even imagine trying to beat this game without save states. I gotta say, for all the graphic details that are just sloppy, case in point, boy, those are some realistic-looking faces. Chewie looks particularly terrible, the way they tried to texture his fur. Wow, that looks really bad. The music actually translated pretty well, and actually, I think the music was done by, obviously it's all based on John Williams' score, but it was done by, he works for Namco, obviously. He worked on, like, Time Crisis and Tekken 3. He usually does a lot of music, and I think this was the first game where he ever had, like, head design on music, and I think he was also, we'll actually have to see the credits. He might have also been a producer for this. Why can I not think of his name? Hiroki, it's on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. Time Crisis guy. Let's see if his name comes up. I don't think so. I think they use a lot of, like, code names. Yeah, Wan. Kissy. Yeah. This is one of those weird games where the programmers use, like, aliases. Poochie? Where's Poochie? Kawada, yeah, that's, okay, that is, yeah, okay, yeah, Hiroki Kawada, yeah. And many more, great. Starring Han Solo, Darth Vader, I thought there was, and Obi-Wan. I think that's it, I think that's about, yeah, it's a pretty short credit sequence, so... Oh man, boys, this is just a load off my shoulders, I'm telling you. I mean, it's been, even with save states, this was difficult. Very, very difficult. Well, I don't know, Lucasfilm did authorize the game, so I guess he kind of signed off on it. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, I guess there's really not much else to say about this game now that it's done. I'm kind of speechless just because it feels like it would never actually happen. I know it said that I beat this game in an hour. Believe me, I did not beat this game in an hour. I had to, like, save state and just walk away for, like, hours and then, or sometimes days, and just come back to it later. But it's done now. It's done. So, so we'll leave it at that. So as always, thanks for watching. Please like, please comment, please subscribe. I do always appreciate it. And I think we got one more game from the 80s to wrap up on. And then that'll be it for 80s Star Wars games. So again, as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, may the Force be with you.